This is Zach here with a weekend edition of the US Chartbreakers here at Zach'sTradersCafe.com, and starting off with the S&P, where we've had gap higher during the week, 44.60, the old resistance. That should now come in as new support, and while we're above that zone, looking for as high as 47.20 as soon as the end of next month. On the downside, if we break back below 44.60, then the risk is 43.90, but not expecting much lower than that former resistance line projection, which became our target last month. Moving on to the stocks, and almost all the stocks here today are new ones, or very, very rare ones for the Chartbreakers, which I suppose is good in the sense we've got a refreshing change here. Starting off with the AEHR systems, and here you can see there's a resistance line projection from last August. That's heading towards the $56 level, and while we're above recent resistance around $45, that's the destination we're expecting as soon as the end of next month, or perhaps even sooner. Nice double bounce off the RSI 50 level, in fact triple bounce in the recent past, which should provide momentum over and above the unfilled gap to the upside that we've had to end last week. Moving along to another new name, as I said, many new names today, Arcturus Therapeutics, and here we've had a breakout through the old resistance area around $33 above that, looking for the top of that rising trend channel from back in December as high as $43, and that could happen as soon as the end of next month. On to Anixa, and here nice setup in the sense that we've broken a line of resistance there from back in May, and which I will draw in right now, and here you can see that that runs through around the $3.30 level. Above that, we're looking for the shares to head higher within a broadening triangle. Top of that broadening triangle heading towards $4.50, and we could see that as soon as the end of next month. A recent wedge break, a decent signal, especially as it was a bear trap as well, from below the old December support around the $3.50 mark, also back above the blue 50-day moving average, which is another plus point. Moving on to another decent riser, and here you can see Alvotech is pushing through the 200-day line, which is now rising. It's basically an inverted head and shoulders, but with the that abandoned day, let's say, right at the lows, bear trap gap reversal, island day reversal, in fact, which is even more impressive. And that suggests that we could see some decent upside here above the 200-day line around the $9.50 area, looking for the shares to head up to as high as $12, rather $15 rather, as soon as the end of next month within that rising trend channel from back in November. Moving on to stock, which is also looking like a decent turnaround situation. We've broken through the 200-day line there for Alimera Sciences, and above the old resistance from the turn of the year around $3.20, looking for the shares to head as high as $5 by the end of next month, backed by that gap through the 50-day moving average that we had back in May. The next situation is still with the A's, actually. So many stocks beginning with A in this selection, but here we've got Alliance Entertainment, and the picture here is that looks as though we've put in a higher swing low there for the shares. We've got bullish divergence coming in there from back in February, and a break of the 50-day moving average around $3 should take us up to $4 plus as soon as the end of next month, which is basically June resistance for the shares. Of course, as you wait for the RSI now in the low 40s or mid 40s to head up through the neutral 50 level to underline that we've turned around on Alliance. Next situation is Acadia, Acadia Pharmaceuticals, and here massive unfilled gap to the upside, and looking pretty impressive. Above the support area of Friday around $29, and also that was the resistance on the way, well, resistance back in the beginning of last year. We are looking for a early 2021 resistance line projection as high as $37.50, and that could happen as soon as the end of this month. Finally, on to, or finally away from the A's, here we've got Chijet Motor Company, and here it looks like a resistance line break, sort of slightly different formation to the other stocks we're looking at, falling wedge break, and above $3.50, looking for as high as $9 over the next couple of months by way of the 50-day line. So that's around $4.60, and end of day close through that should accelerate the process in terms of moving as high as $9 plus over the next couple of months. Nice situation coming up next in the form of Elanco Animal Health. And here we've gapped through the 200-day line. That's around $11.20. Above that, looking for decent move to the upside within a broadening triangle that's been in place since the end of last year. Top of that triangle as high as $16. Looking for that by the end of next month, especially while we remain above the $11.20 200-day moving average level. Big spike higher in the following stock, Edtechx, and here you can see that we've had the support on Friday around the $54 mark. While we're above that, looking for a retest of the resistance from basically Thursday, just shy of $80. Hopefully we'll see that sometime during the rest of this month, but obviously a rather volatile situation in that one. Moving on to Knightscope, which is a nice new addition to the Chartbreaker collection. Here you can see a solid break of the 200-day moving average that we had during the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that suggests that we should be able to head back up to basically a line of resistance from last year. That's pointing around the $3 level, and hopefully we'll see that by the end of this month, especially while we remain above the 150, 160 area. On to the last two, and the first one is one which has been a bit of a star over the last couple of weeks. The metals company, obviously we peaked out through $3, but above the old resistance there around $1.60. Still looking for the shares to not only retest $3 plus, but maybe head as high as $4 by the end of next month at a resistance line projection from back in the first part of 2022. On to the last situation, which is a decent breakout situation through $2 or through $2.10, looking for a move up towards the top of that rising trend channel from back in March this year. That's pointed to $3.30, and hopefully we'll see that well before the end of next month, and maybe if we're lucky by the end of this month. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.